Alright, ever since we did the disc brakes, this thing in the rear has been doing this womp 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 noise. So I didn't record it, but what I did is I put the axle shaft in there, is put a dial indicator on it, and I found that the axles would kind of move around a little bit, and then the rotors would really move around. They were moving like plus or minus 7 thousandths, which doesn't seem like a lot, but the rotor was having to move quite a bit to accommodate that. So I decided to take the axle shafts out, straighten the axle shafts if they were bent, but when we took them out, this is what we found. This is where the bearing rides, and the surface of the axle is coming apart. So we ordered new axles. Those will be here on Tuesday, and then we'll go from there. Ta-da! It's Tuesday! I actually received these yesterday, but I didn't come out here because I was lazy. I'm also being lazy today, but I'm out here. So that's something. Okay. This, or these, are the old ones. These are the new ones. I gotta press the studs in there still. But what I wanted to show you is this here. Look at, and it feels rough, but the top surface of that is coming apart. That's right where the bearing rides. This one's not as bad, but you could still feel it. You run your finger across that, you could feel that. That means with the bearings rolling on it, it's not happy. That's what a new one looks like. It's supposed to be all machined and nice and pretty and stuff like that. So anyways, let's press some studs in here. And we got to install the wheel bearings too. I put those little rags in there to keep the crap out of there. But here's the wheel bearings and the seals. So let's get it put together. Just ran into something really annoying. Okay. You might not be able to notice this, but this hub diameter is, let's see here. Come on. Work with me here. It is about 5.8 inches. This one, yeah, look at the difference. So open this all the way up, about 6.1 inches. Yeah, that's not that big. Here's the problem that we got. You ready to see it? I bet you can guess where we're going here. This freaking rotor, it won't go. Because the OD of this is bigger than the ID of this. Biscuits and frickin' gravy. Alright, I guess I'm going to take these to the driveline shop, put them in the lathe, that's also the lathe, and turn down for what? You know, like that song says and whatnot. So we'll turn these down. I'm just going to measure this. Make sure I put a taper like this on there because the inside of this is got a little bit of a taper on it. And turn these down. So stupid. But what do you do, you know? So, yeah, here we go. You know what I probably should do? I should probably double check and make sure that everything else with these axles fits. Like the splines and all that. I should just throw one of them in there and make sure it all fits before I start machining it. Fits. There's no axle bearing in here, but just making sure that that fit in there. Fits, feels good. All right, these got to go to the driveline shop with me tomorrow. So I could turn down for what? So annoying. Anywho.
Vámonos, vámonos!
Bill's turning down the hub diameter because it's too big. 5.9. We got this one turned down. Look at that, and you can't even tell how beautiful that is. All right, we're gonna get this other one turned down and then I'm going to install these, finally. It is really early on Saturday. Like, okay, it's not that early. But anyways, let's freaking get this car put back together. Like this one and probably that one. Good Lord. It's got everything out. It's tore up. Well, Super Duty's good. All right, let's go. Bearings and seals are installed. Now, how did I do that, you might be asking? You can use a center punch if you really want to. I went to Harbor Freight. Somehow I ended up with 2 of these kits. These little guys. They've got all these different sizes of little aluminum pusher doodaddies. So what I did is I used the old bearing on top of the new bearing. So I just stacked them. And then I put the pusher on the end of this and beat that in there. And then I used a piece that was just small enough to fit inside the tube, but covered as much of the seal as possible to press the seal in there. And Bob's your uncle, it's done. Or it's done and then Bob's your uncle. I don't know when Bob is your uncle, but they say something like that. It's outside on its own. I got the axle shafts in it, and I got the drive shaft that was repaired by the driveline shop in it, and it rolled out to here. Oh, and I got this tire plug that was in here. I took it out and I put a patch on there because the plug was leaking, but it's back together. So I need to take it for a test drive, so I'll probably wait until Monday morning when I'm driving to work, because why not? So now the next thing is we're working on International and we're working on the 66, and here's a big rock. So we got to get to work. Relatively successful weekend. Saleen, back in one piece. Red Mustang, mostly back in one piece. The exhaust needs to be done. That's gonna have to wait right now. I got other stuff going on. But we'll test drive this week. Hopefully it's good to go. And then we don't have to work on it for a while. Yeah, right. We'll be working on it again. Sooner than we want to, I'm sure.